Forward Kenya Secretary General Dr. Eseli Simiyu has submitted the amended and duly signed Form PP7 effecting changes in the party leadership to the registrar of political parties and is currently issuing an address. Let's just cross over and listen in.
Directed us to make corrections, which we have duly done. Our deputy chairperson in charge of internal affairs in the party, one Luande Oneko, and our Secretary General, David Eseli, have appended their signatures to Form PP7, which we have presented. I want at this moment to thank the registrar of the political parties and to also assure members of the party that we are hopeful, now that we have fulfilled all the requirements as per the law to effect changes in the list of officials of the party. We hope that this is now going to be done soonest. We trust that if possible, by the end of the day, we should be having a publication to confirm leadership of Fort Kenya, which is been registered by the registrar. I want to appeal also to our members of Fort Kenya, to remain steadfast now that we're opening a new chapter, to support the party and be aggressive in the effort to ensure that we get strong as members of the party. Finally, I want to urge those members who are going around intimidating members of the National Executive Council who exercise their democratic right, to support the changes in the party. They are now being intimidated and being urged to make new signatures to support the other part of the other faction led by the former party leader. We want to tell them that is not going to help them. They should stop intimidating NEC members so that we move on as a strong, vibrant team leading the party. May I now invite the SG to also make some comments, and then we'll take a few questions before we break. SG.
Thank you very much, party leader and members of the press. It's good to see you this morning. As you are all aware, we received a letter from the registrar instructing us as to what to do, and which also instructed us to follow Section 20 of the Political Parties Act. And that's what we are in the process of doing. We've fulfilled the documents that the registrar wanted, and now we are proceeding to fulfill the other parts of Section 20 of the Political Parties Act. And the reason why we are doing that is to ensure that whatever we do is legal. And perhaps members of the press, if you had time and went to the archives, either of Parliament or your media house, you'll find that the Political Parties Act was actually introduced to Parliament by the Honorable Muskari Kombo. So actually that act is a brainchild of Fort Kenya. So we would be the last ones to break it. We'll be the last ones to break that law. That's why we are following it to the letter, because the creation of the Political Parties Act, which created the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, was the brainchild of this party through the then chairman Muskari Kombo. So we are following it to the letter to ensure that we do the right thing. Another thing, as we stand here, you realize that many of our NEC members come from up country, so they would not have been here with us today. But those who are in Nairobi with us are with us here. Now, out there, what's happening is our colleagues are actually sending intimidating statements and threats to the members of the National Executive Council who are part of the special National Executive Council that we held on 30th and 31st. And they are trying to intimidate them, trying to sort of coerce them, that they sign affidavits denouncing what they did. And we are telling them that, we are telling our members of NEC to be steadfast. The law is on your side. Don't let these people intimidate you. And that's the reason why we are trying to get away from that kind of management of intimidation, coercion, and unlawful activities. That's the reason why we are doing this. And indeed, members of the press, if this is what they are doing, intimidating our NEC members, now you will understand, and the whole world will understand, why the NEC members sat down and said that kind of leadership must end. Because we cannot have that kind of leadership in a party such as Ford Kenya. Perhaps if you also looked at the name Ford Kenya, you'll realize that it means Forum for the Restoration of Democracy. So we are following the democratic ideals, and we are taking the party back to the people, away from individuals' briefcases as shops for their benefit, financial benefit, at the expense of the party. Thank you very much. Yes.
My name is Stephen Leto from Citizen. You're coming here today to resubmit the PP7 form.
Yes.
Does that mean Wetangula's fate is sealed? And number two, what types of intimidation are your NEC members receiving? And the last question is, should the registrar uphold the new leadership that you have submitted today, is Wetangula eligible to vie again as a party leader of Ford Kenya in the subsequent party NDCs?
In fact, that's where we started from. We have not expelled him from the party. He remains a member of the party, and he'll have his rights and freedoms as enshrined in the Constitution. If he wants to vie again, let him vie. But he'll have to, first of all, clear what we have accused him of. If he tries to vie again and has not cleared that, then our exercise will be an exercise in futility. So for him to vie, he'll have to clear the air on the accusations leveled against him. Number two was I think I would say we will leave that to the registrar, because she asked us to submit a document, which we've done. She has asked us to follow Section 20, which we are proceeding to do. Then from there, we expect that if we have fulfilled what she wanted, then his fate is sealed. There was another question I didn't...
The threats.
The threats?
The kind of threats.
Oh, the kind of threats. Like, for example, if somebody is say, an MCA, is being told they will be de-whipped from whatever committees, they will be done what. If somebody is nominated, they are being told that they will be removed on the list, they will be recalled, and things like that. Others are just being threatened outright of physical injury. Of physical injury. That is very serious. It is very, very serious. In fact, after I finish with you, I'm actually proceeding to police headquarters to launch a complaint to ensure that our NEC members are safeguarded wherever they are in the country. No, then for us, the members who are present.
Well, that's the latest in terms of the cracks that seem to continue to emerge within the Western Kenya party. That's Ford Kenya, or rather the Western Kenyan politics. This is after the split in the party that is pitting two camps. On one side, Bungoma Senator Moses Wetangula. On the other side, Bungoma Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, as well as Kandui Member of Parliament Wafula Wamunyinyi, and the party Secretary General Eseli Simiyu.